La 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 Kannari na.
Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome for to the online class. So let us continue the Unit 3 lesson, the impact of British rule on India. Already in this lesson, we have discussed about some constitutional developments, how took root in the India during the British administration. Among that, we have discussed about Regulating Act, Pitt's India Act, Charter Act of 1839-33, and British Government Act 1858, Indian Council Act of 1861, and Indian Council Act of 1892. So today we are going to discuss about some more important acts which was introduced in 1909 and 1919 and 1935. So these three important acts are very important for your examination. So Indian Council Act of 1909 is also known as Minto-Morley reforms. So means here the Lord Minto was a viceroy and Morley was a secretary of India. So this act was divided and started to make India to divide and rule. So what are the important features of this act? Let we come to know. Already we come to know that during the 1858 after means the first war of Indian independence made drastic change in the Indian political system, because hereafter Indians started to participate in the preparation of Indian constitution by the support of British Queen. So due to that, what happened in the year 1909, so some few developments have taken the road. Before, in the preparation of a constitution or appointing the members for to the council, the number of Indian participations were very less. So, but here in 1909, what happened? The members of Legislative Council in the central were increased 16 to 60. The number of regional council members was also increased. Regional means what? Here three important regions were there: Bombay, Madras, Calcutta. So in these regional councils, Indians also started to become a member. Representation of regional council was allowed through the election for the first time. Before, it is only promotion or on the base of their position in the Indian National Congress. So how they are going to agitate, how they are going to create awareness among the people base. Popularity leaders were representing in the regional council by the some British officers are going to appoint. But in 1909, what happened? The election first time conducted for the member who want to represent from the regional. So to bring the election process very effectively, the British government started to divide and rule Indians on the basis of their religion. For a Muslims and for the Hindu people, a separate election conducted on the basis of electoral college. Here electoral college means what? Making the census, how many Muslims were there and how many Hindu were there. So on the basis of their representative, they started to conduct the election. So this kind in 1909 the Indian Council Act was implemented. This is the direct clarification we are going to get. The British especially made this Minto-Morley reforms because of making the India divide and rule policy base. So next, another important act which was introduced in 1919, it is called as Government of India Act. So during this time, what happened? The First World War already took place. Due to that, in India, to look after the administration, Lord Montagu became a secretary and Viceroy became a Chelmsford. That's why this act is also popularly known as Montagu-Chelmsford Reform Act. He was always helping the people into formation of gradually the Indians in a representation either in a central or in a regional legislature. So this act was implemented by the British Parliament in 28 1917. So let us see what are the main important features this Government of India Act of 1919 introduced. So the act formulated by a bicameral legislative body means here the central legislature have two houses, one is lower house and another one is a upper house. So lower house means what? It is representing from the elected body and the upper house is from the nominated body. How present there is a Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The same system what we are going to see today, it was introduced during the time in Indian Constitution in 1919 itself. Diarchy was allowed at the regional governments. Diarchy means what here? Where the government is going to hold under two power. How present there is a federal system we are going to have. Means central government and the state government. So like this in a regional government what happen, there is a representative people are going to look after the administration as well as the nominated body of the British government is also going to look after the administration in the regional level in India. And High Commissioner was appointed for India to conduct election regularly, and it started to provide local self-government implanting the election system, and provincial budget was separated from the central budget. Before, every budget is going to announce by the British Parliament itself, but hereafter what happened, a separate budget for provinces and separate budget for to the central government was introduced. What present the Indian Constitution system we are going to follow, that all started to implement during the time of the British administration in India. Almost all 60% of our government, 60% of Indian Constitution, it is xeroxed or copied as it is like a British administration. Now the last important act which we are going to study, that is Government of India Act of 1935. During the time of 1928 what happened, the agitation against with the Britishers started very drastically under the leadership of Motilal Nehru, because he came out from the Indian National Congress and made separate political party, it is Swaraj Party. Due to that, when the political party become independent, coming out from the Indian National Congress under the leadership of Motilal Nehru, a separate constitution for India was prepared, and this made the major developments. Indians started to participate directly in the British administration when it was going to look after the India. Most of the provinces in the Indian Constitution are based on this act. This act allowed formation of fully responsible government by Indians. The act was applicable to the Indian principalities and also the British India regions. So what are the important features of this act? The first time the federal system of administration brought into the India, a provisional level is going to look after by the responsible government, and central government is under the control of the British Dominion. So this kind two powers in the administration implemented during the time of 1935 Government of India Act, and to provide a necessary economical support for the provincial level and for to the central administration, the Reserve Bank of India was established, and Diarchy was established at the center because it was before allowed only in a regional, but later what happened, it extended for to the central government also. In a central government the Indian directly started to participate. Before they have only allow in a regional administration, now they are going to have the power of coming under the parliament through the Darchi when it was introduced in the central administration. Darchi was cancelled at the regional level and autonomy was granted. Darchi means I told you, in Kannada it is called as a Darchi Dviprabhutva. So before in a regional level there was an authority of British to look after administration as well as a representative body of Indian members. But hereafter 1935, after what happened, all regional administration become autonomy. Autonomy means what? Independent, not taking a suggestion or consulting without the British's administration where it is going to run. It is called as a autonomy. In Kannada it is called as Swaitate athwa Swatantrate. The federal court was established. Federal means what? Two courts. So federal means you have to keep in the mind where the power of administration divided into two separate changes. So here federal court, Supreme Court and High Court started to establish from the Act of 1930. Now you come to know very clearly information how in India the constitution developments and formation of constitution, especially for Indians, the Britishers designed and they implemented, and even they made necessary changes and made the people to respect towards to the constitution. So these are all some kind of ideas the Indians got by the British administration. There are advantages as well as more disadvantages by the British administration in India. Today we are respecting the constitution because we have trained and well treated by the Britishers how to respect the constitution during their administration in India. So now we come to know very clearly how the constitution of India took root basically during the time of British administration. So my dear students, regarding to the unit 3 lesson, if you have any doubt, not only the concept of the constitutional development in India, either it is a land taxes and what are the impact of the land tax and administrative and the judicial system, how it become major changes and how the modern education system brought in India and what are these advantages and disadvantages. So you have to read the lesson very detailed. Suppose if you have any doubt regarding to this lesson, you make a question and prepare it properly, take one snap and send to the WhatsApp. I will try to solve your problems. So exercise questions are very easy. So first you read the question and attend all the exercise questions. If you feel difficulty, in the next coming days I will send you the PDF of this lesson. Then you can find out the very correct answer and you can complete the fair work. So be happy, happy Diwali, be safe, don't burn the crackers. So because present the nature is going to become very clear, if you used more crackers in the time of Deepavali, again most of the carbon dioxide will release and it affect for to the nature. Again we are going to use only the polluted air. Thank you listening for to the videos. Bye.